recording. So thank you so much for coming, and we are delighted to have you here. And then we're going to share this message with all the other folks from our convening. So welcome, President Sorrell.
Well, it is a pleasure to be here. You know, I am one of those people that whatever Bridget asks, I just say yes. So it is a pleasure to be with you. And let me say this, that I am sorry for the mix-up. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm pretty confident that the mistake was on my side of the calendar. So, but listen, for the time that we're going to be together, I really just want to say thank you, right? You all do really, really important things, right? You do critical things. And this is a time in our industry, in our country, where we need our institutions to step up, right? And the only way our institutions step up is if the people who are leading those institutions step up. And I consider people leading the institution not just the presidents, right? It's not just those individuals who are leading. Like, all of us have a role to play. All of us are doing critical work that advances what's going to take place. And, you know, I thought long and hard about what I really wanted to talk to you all about, and how to try and convey the message in this format, right? Because, you know, this is a little bit of a challenging format. And I thought about it from the context of sort of the history of higher education and what we were founded to do and how that translates to now. Now, we were always founded to provide our country with hope, right? Just a hope for people to sustain a vision of a nation, to sustain who we are going to be, to live up to our ideals. And, you know, sometimes we've been better at that than others. But now we have to be great at this. I mean, when the COVID-19 crisis hit, I remember talking to my staff about this being an existential crisis. And, you know, sometimes we have a tendency just to look at things from our narrow context. And many of my staff members were saying, well, what are we going to do about Paul Quinn? What are we going to do? And I said, look, Paul Quinn, we're going to figure this out. But we're not going to spend all our time just lamenting about the challenge that this is going to be for our institution. I said, this is an existential crisis for our country, for our industry, for people that we care deeply about. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, how can we be more? How can we be more? How can we be an institution that inspires people? How can we be an institution to ask the critical questions and to challenge people to think bigger and to challenge people to embrace a different part of who we can be? And they looked at me, thought I was crazy, you know, which very well might be, right? But what's happened since that time is they've looked at everything that's going on. They've looked at sort of this challenge of leadership in our country. And they realized that, you know, we have an opportunity as higher ed administrators, as leaders in this sector, to provide backdrop and provide guidance to an entire country. Because listen, I don't care what political party you're affiliated with, you can't possibly think that what we have being displayed now is the best leadership that we've ever seen, right? So this isn't about partisanship. This is about, there is a void in this country that we as institutions can fill, that you as leaders in those institutions can fill. And I want to challenge you to fill them, right? And the good news is you are filling them. I mean, I'm looking at some of the materials that you all are putting out, at some of the guidance that you're putting out, and I think it's phenomenal, right? I think it's incredible. It's showing great courage. It's showing great leadership. The good news is you're doing that. The bad news is we're going to need it to keep going, and we're going to need more. This isn't the time to get tired. This is the time to, whatever you have to do at the end of each day to gain peace, to gain strength, we're going to need you to keep eating that or drinking that or whatever it is that's getting you to that place. We're going to need you to keep doing it, because listen, we're going to be in this space for a minute, and that's okay, right? That's okay. I am a man who believes in faith, right? I mean, I'm not going to quote Bible passages to you, but I am going to tell you this, that we're in the midst of creating a testimony because we're being tested. And it's okay to be tested. We should want to be tested, right? Because we should be confident that we're prepared to pass the test. Look at what you all have been doing since the entirety of UIA's existence. You have been passing tests. You have been challenged. And with each challenge, you have found a way to succeed. Now, each challenge hasn't been about this magnitude of an existential crisis, but each challenge has given you the bandwidth and the strength to tackle a bigger challenge. And let's hope this is the biggest challenge any of us are going to get, okay? We do not need a bigger challenge. I'm good with the magnitude of the challenge, okay? But it's okay for us to go through this right now, because we're prepared for it. You're prepared for it. And as you continue to do this, as you continue to answer the call, just keep in mind that you're not answering the call because it's in your job description. You're not answering the call because this is just what people say they want. You're answering the call because you are needed. Beyond a shadow of a doubt right now, you are needed. And when you are needed, and it's good to be needed, it's good to know that people are counting on you. This is where you get the opportunity to be your truest, best version of yourselves. And, you know, I wake up every day excited. I wake up every day excited because I know that what we do in this period is going to matter beyond this period. This is the chance for all of us to make a place in history, right? I mean, because we're going to be judged by what we do in this moment. So we might as well live up to the challenge. And I think we're doing that. I think you're doing that. And I think you should be proud of doing that. Now, you know, I'm going to tell you this. You also have to take care of yourself. All right? This is a tough, tough time. And, you know, it's a tough time in a way where, if we're honest, you know, I do staff meetings a couple times a week, and one staff meeting literally is devoted to people talking about how they're doing, talking about their fears, talking about their accomplishments. But it's a safe place for them just to express themselves and say, listen, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling scared. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know how I get from here to there, right? You've got to give yourself space to do that. And it may not be in the middle of your staff meeting, but you may need one or two people that you can sit and just be real with. And you have to know that's okay. And if no one else has told you it's okay, I'm telling you that it's okay. It's going to be necessary, because this is overwhelming, and there's no timetable on it. And so, you know, I'm mindful Bridget gave me a very defined period of time, and I do not want to get fired from my friendship with her, so I'm going to stay within my time. But what I really hope that you take away from this message and from our time here is, number one, that I think you're amazing, and I think you're doing amazing work, and be proud of that. And I know it's tough, but you are meeting the test, right? You will have a story to tell of the work that you did during this period. So that's number two, is you are passing your test, but it's just a test that's going to keep going. I don't know how many of you went to law school like I did, but trust me, we had to take these issue spotting exams and the damn things just went on forever, right? So you're kind of in the midst of a really bad law school exam right now, right? It just keeps going. But then the third piece of this is take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Find a support group. Find people who will listen. Find people who will understand that when you talk about being overwhelmed or you're frustrated or you're angry, that's just who you are in that moment. That's not you for the rest of your life. That moment shouldn't define who you are. That it's a safe place to vent. And then they'll pat you on the back. They'll give you the social distance pat on the back, right? They'll give you the social distance hug, and they'll send you back into battle, and you'll be the stronger for it. So again, I apologize for the mix-up. I am sorry that I wasn't with you in the way that I intended to be with you. That's my loss. But I just want to say thank you and be good to yourselves. With that, I don't know whether I'm supposed to take questions or.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. I was going to say for the other folks, oh yes, you're getting some chat. Thank you for joining us. This was super cool. We're going to share this with folks, and I just want to say thank you for pinch hitting and coming in and improvising. And also part of the reason I asked Michael is that he's someone who isn't just a president of an institution, but he believes in collaboration. And after we talked early on in COVID, he decided to do something very collaborative. And so this last week, he's the one who came up with the National HBCU graduation. And so the last person he gave a speech and opened for was Barack Obama on Saturday. So it was a pretty phenomenal moment, and only big things can only be accomplished when people come together like that. And so I'm just so proud of watching you do that and just continue to build community around you. So thank you for the words of inspiration for us all. We're all weary from Zoom meetings all day, and so we're so grateful for that little boost that you could give us.
Well, and I do just want to say this one thing, and then I will let you go. When I talk about having a safe place to vent and people that you can, really just be honest with, like Bridget is one of those people for me. And the whole reason that event I was even capable of being in the mindset to come up with that event was because of the conversation that she and I had, where she let me vent, and then she, gave me the social distance pat on the back and sent me back into battle. So I just, I appreciate you, and, I just, I'm excited for UIA, and I'm excited for all the things you guys do.
Well, thank you. This was great and worth the wait.
Well, thank you. I try not to be terrible. So.
All right, folks. I know that the rest of you all have to, I'm going to stop the recording.